Hey everyone, it's Jen Foster here. I am on Facebook Live today, and I have Melanie Johnson here with me because we have a book launch today, a book release. We're really excited about it. Hey Melanie, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
So
So
we
we are
switch the
so
screens here.
excited. I mean, this is our book, right? Podcast Authorized is the name of the book.
Yes.
So we launch a lot of books. So you may get emails from us or text messages that we're serving our authors on their books. But today we're really excited because this is our book launch today.
Yeah. So first we're going to play a little short video of the book.
Yay.
It's only 15 seconds for Instagram.
And we'll be back.
Awesome.
Great job. Jen made that video herself. I thought it looked really, really good.
Yeah, and maybe if you're lucky, we'll play our video trailer, the full minute one, at the end of this video.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. That's a really good one. It's a little bit longer, but it'd be a great way to close the show.
Yeah.
So far our book is trending. I don't know if Jen can show up the stats, but yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of share one of my
while you're
screens
working
here.
on that, I'll just tell them, like, if you're wondering why you should have a book or have a podcast, it gives you a reason to connect with your audience, connect with your current clients, to get new leads, to get new relationships. I mean, look at us. So we are broadcasting this on like 3 different platforms. We'll have a copy of this video that we can use and send out. We can transcribe this and use it as social media post. So, and then the content we've created from a webinar that turned into a book that turned into this, right? So our podcast turned into a webinar, turned into doing a book. And then from that content, we're going to grab all kinds of quotes from there to use in our social media post. So I would say, just from a short book, let's say you have a 150-page book, you're going to have several years of quotes and content that you can give to your social media person that you can use. Not to mention, like, hey, you're going to connect with people saying, hey, I just got my book. I'm super excited. We sent a blast out to LinkedIn, and I was so surprised by the response that I got. So it was, oh, I'm so excited for you. I grabbed your book. So people that, because a lot of times with people on LinkedIn, you don't have that back and forth relationship. So I sent it out to like the first 500 people with, we have a LinkedIn software, by the way, that we use for our clients. And it was really cool just to see the response and the encouragement. And now you're connected. And they say if someone even spends $1 with you, then they have 36 times more likely to be a client of yours or spend more money with you down the road for any products or services.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks to Scott Cavaney, we have this awesome, he was one of our authors, and he has a book about this LinkedIn software. And we have been sending messages and getting new leads through that software. And so today we were able to send out messages to all of our first connections to go and check out our book.
Yeah. And so Jen is going to pull up. So what we do for our authors, she's going to pull up our stats right now. So this is typical.
Let me share my screen.
For our authors. So when we launch our clients' books, this is pretty much what happens. The book goes out. This is the day of the launch. It's for 99 cents.
Can you guys see that? Can you see it, Melanie?
Yeah, I can see it.
It looks like we have 4 viewers. So hey, everybody, leave comments and questions and let us know, if you have questions about podcasting, about books, about whatever. So you can see my screen here.
Yeah, there you go. Move it over. Yeah. And I need glasses to see it because.
But let me kind of show you. So for those of you who don't know much about book publishing, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is our book that is on for pre-order. It says view order because I already bought this one. But this is a pre-order. So the book will be released on July 21st. It will be delivered. And then here is the book description. Mm-hmm. And if you keep scrolling down, it has the product details, and this is where I go to see how the book is doing. So right now, our bestseller rank, it shows right here, and it shows that we're number 2 in interactive multimedia, and number 2 in digital audio editing, and number 3 in digital video production. So this is how I gauge, is like we just need a few more sales, probably around 100 more sales to get number 1. So that's how you can see number 1 is this how to cancel Amazon Kindle. That's funny. Unlimited. That's like unlimited. That's if you want free books. You can get Kindle Unlimited.
Yes.
For people who love to read, it's a great thing. So here's the number 3 one for this category.
So you can see how we're ranking up, and we've had authors that have been next to Tony Robbins books and really famous books. So that's also cool. It shows like, wow, my book is as valuable as these other people who have a huge following or make millions of dollars. So that's pretty darn cool. And then Jen, I'm sure we'll have the link of where you can buy the book, because that's what we want you to buy the book. And why do we want you to buy the book? It's not so we make money. It's at 99 cents. We're going to make like 30 cents every time you buy a book. It's not to make 30 cents. Of course, we want the book to be a bestseller, but our main reason is we want to help you. We want to make sure your business grows. We want to give you insight into things that we do every day for our clients on, how to be a podcaster, how to be a great podcaster, how to leverage that so you can get new clients and increase your revenue, how to create a book, how to publish a book, and how to use that together with a podcast to increase your business. I mean, right now it's been a difficult time with all these different things going on in the beginning of 2020. I've never seen a year. I mean, I am not been around for hundreds of years, but I mean, gosh, this has just been such a strange period of time going on. So we want to do whatever we can to help your business and grow your business with all the expertise that we have. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day. We just really love helping people. We love helping authors. And in turn, those authors help other people. So yesterday we just signed a new author, John Rieger. And he's writing a book about sales and how to do sales. And he's been in business. His first company started when he was 18 years old, and he runs 5 companies right now. Do you think he knows a little bit about sales? So he feels like he wants to share his knowledge to help other business owners and entrepreneurs to make their business successful. And I just feel so blessed that we're behind all that to share authors like that, their message to help other people grow their business. Like Lauren Golden, she's one of our authors, and she has a site called Free Mama, where she helps mothers, stay-at-home moms that want to transfer from working outside to working stay at home and have their own business from their house, to be VAs, to take their talents and skills and learn it and be able to stay home with their kids. And she has a great membership site. So we feel like being a part of that changes people's lives through us, because we teach them how to use their book, just like we're going to teach you how to use your book and podcast to just blow up your business.
Yeah, Lauren Golden told us in her testimonial video that the first week her book was out, she has calls where she introduces all the new people in her membership group. And so she usually asks them where they found her and their name and where they're from. Yep. And in the very first week her book was released, she had a client that had said that she had found her book on Amazon, read it, and joined her group. So, I mean, I don't know how much her membership is. I think it's $1,000 or $2,000 or something like that to start out with her and learning how to come home from your job and be a VA or be a stay-at-home mom while you can work from home. And it's just great, that she's like, oh, I just found your book and on Amazon. So she was looking for her book, which Amazon is a search engine. So I don't know if you could understand that. So Google is one of the biggest, and then Amazon's up there probably ahead of Yahoo and Bing, because it's just a place where people can go and search, whether it's searching for products, books. There's so many things on Amazon now. So
well, that's a huge point. Think about that. Have you ever thought about, wow, I would love Amazon to promote me. I would love Apple, iTunes to promote me and spend money in promoting me, but I could never afford that. Well, guess what? When you create a book and you create a podcast, you've now hired them for free to promote you.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Amazon author page really quick. Yeah. So that is something, we're actually going to be telling Steve Gordon, we're going to have on hopefully this afternoon. And I'll share my screen and show you something here. So I'll share my screen and go back to the Amazon. So let me show you this. So here is our book page. Okay. Now when you have a book, you have to claim it on your Amazon author page. So if you click on my name, it goes to my Amazon author page. If I didn't claim this book, it would just go to a list of
Other
my
books.
books or a list of books that are similar to authors like me. So if I didn't claim it, then it wouldn't show all this. So what's really cool about this, though, is this is a free advertising tool. And this page shows up on Google search.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got my full bio here. And at the bottom, I have awesome links for where people can follow me and join my courses or check out my speaking or my podcast. And then, of course, all the books I've written. And then what's really awesome is you can add videos and pictures and your blog posts. So you know what Google likes. They like fresh content, right? And blog posts are fresh content. That's why every website needs a blog, okay?
Yep.
But what happens is we put our blog posts onto our Amazon author page. And what happens is every time you post a blog, 3 days ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, every week when we post our blog, this page gets new content on it. So that's why Google likes to show this page too. So I'll show you, for instance, Melanie's page. So Melanie also, we added the book and she's got videos and pictures. Her there with
Kevin Harrington.
And there's Jabris Jones on the panel with Melanie and Andy Falco too. We've got all of these awesome.
So in those videos, you can put testimonials on there.
Here's her TEDx.
Videos about you giving a speech. You can have videos actually talking about your products and services. Mm-hmm. So you can use it as a sales page. And what's so cool about that, again, you've now hired Amazon to work for you by having a book. And it's going to push that page. The more content you have on there, it pushes it closer to the first page of search when someone is looking for your name or your business. So think about that you can use that. All of a sudden someone's finding that right away. Like they could go to your LinkedIn page or your Facebook page, but it's not as robust as this. And they can buy your book right from there. So it's really, really a great thing. Then there's another thing that we just recently discovered due to my son, Nathan Johnson. It was like you can claim a Google, what is it called? A Google page, Jen? Or Google?
It's called your Google panel.
Google panel.
So it's like an influencer, right?
Yeah. So when you become an author, generally Google goes, oh, well, they're an author. Their book is
knowledge panel. That's what it's called.
They get a knowledge panel. So what that means is when, like Jen can probably search hers up.
Yeah, I'll share my screen again. And those of you who are watching, please leave questions in the comments so we can answer your questions. And we'd love to hear from you. And even just shout out, like say hi and let us know you're here so we can let you know. Okay. So can you see that?
Cool. So look at the knowledge panel.
So all I did was I searched my name, and because I have a book, I'm considered what do you call it?
An influencer.
Influencer. Yeah.
We call it a business influencer, right?
Business influencer.
A business influencer is different than like a Kim Kardashian, so to speak, or well, she's kind of also a business influencer as well. But you know what I'm saying? So like you could be an architect, a real estate person, and then you would be a business influencer by having that book. Google notifies you like, oh, they're an author, so they should get one of these panels. Because we've had other people, they do not have a panel. But when you become an author and have a podcast, you'll get this. And then you can claim it, and then you can control the information that's in there. So think of it like a Wikipedia page for Google. That's really what it is. It's kind of a Wikipedia.
And notice, here's my website for my author website, but look above it, Amazon. So here's that author page I was just showing you right there. And my LinkedIn and my Facebook. And I'm actually competing with a woman who is a music artist, and she just uses one N. And there's, millions of Jen Fosters in the world. It's a very common name. But look at that, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, very awesome. So that's thanks to my son, Nathan Johnson, who I'm just going to brag about him for 1 sec. This is not about him, but I'm going to say he was ranked number 7. Yahoo Finance said that he was an up-and-coming entrepreneur. He's 19 years old. And that's how we know about the Knowledge Panel, because he's so smart. He makes us smart, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I just wanted to show Steve Gordon, the other author of our book, who was on the webinar with us that we transcribed and turned into this book. I just want to show his author page really quick so you guys can get to know him a little bit. And hopefully we can have him on this afternoon if you guys want to ask him some questions about podcasting. But this is Steve Gordon's Amazon author page. So he's got 4 books plus the one today, so 5 total books. So you can check out his other books. And he's got his blog posts on here, which is really awesome. And it looks like he might not rank on Google because he needs to post new blogs, right? It says 10 months ago.
This is the other thing I'm going to say. Steve worked, before Steve knew us, there was other books, he worked with a different publisher. And that publisher holds the control to his Amazon accounts. So the problem is he's not been able to go in there and upload videos and photos and update his bio with all the links. So be careful who you pick as a publisher. That's what we always tell our people, because a lot of times they don't know about the author page or know how to do it. So I'm going to say, I don't want to, well, there's a publisher, I'll just say it's Morgan James. And Morgan James is a top publisher. And they're like, oh, that Amazon author page, it doesn't really matter. That's a quote that I heard from an author that said, oh, they said it doesn't really matter, it doesn't do anything. But you just saw the power of that. It was like the 3rd or 4th thing on Jen's profile. And what's cool about that too is if someone wants your bio, your picture, wants to know more about you, wants to know your book, it's all right there in one place. But they're saying it's not important. So what they do is they might put your picture up and absolutely nothing else, and like a very, very short bio. So it doesn't come up necessarily on the first page because it's not getting all that action and having everything filled up there. It's towards the bottom. So it's really important to utilize that. It's to your benefit. We had Laurel Langmeyer, 3-time New York Times best-selling author. She had one of those author pages that was kind of empty. Right? It didn't have much on it. So she hired us. She finally got it released from her publishing house, and she hired us because we knew how to max that out, and we totally redid her author page. She sells products from her author page now. It looks like the bomb. So it's just totally changed everything for her. So
I'll share my screen so you can see it. Yeah, so this is Laurel Langmeyer, and you might know her. You might have read The Millionaire Maker. It's an excellent book.
Yep.
And she's got all these books. She's even got one with Kevin Harrington. There you go.
Yep. I wish we had a before and after, because before she had no pictures, no videos, and no blog post on there. It was just her books.
And almost all of her books are McGraw-Hill or someone like that.
Yeah, and she didn't have all of her books claimed either. So we had to go in and claim some of them because she didn't have all of her books on there.
But see, she's got all her pictures. You can click on the picture and go through them. Videos. You can see that she's a speaker, an author. She's, teaching.
Yeah.
All the videos you can watch. I mean, it's just awesome.
About money is the law of attraction.
Isn't that awesome? She was actually in The Secret. If you know that movie, she's in The Secret. Definitely. So here's her bio. And of course, at the bottom is her website and places you can follow her and places you can get all of her stuff. So pretty awesome. Oh, and I'm logged in, but for some reason I'm not following her. So I'm going to follow her now.
Okay, so let's recap a little bit.
Yeah.
Why is it important to have a book? It helps you to expand your reach, right? To reach new people by putting the book out there. Like Lauren Golden, someone just found her book, wasn't following her at all. Not only bought her book, but bought her services. So that's one of the number one reasons. Number 2, it gets you to reconnect and have a reason to communicate with your list and people who already know, like, and trust you, and remind them, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
Number 3,
hey, Manny. There's Manny.
Oh, Manny. Oh my gosh, I was just looking at a picture of you, Manny, the other day. We were at the Super Bowl here in Houston, and I had a great picture of the 3 of us. So Manny invited us. I'm getting off track. This ADD, right? You've got the Manny popped up. Look, squirrel. So he invited us to the Super Bowl a couple times, and we went to a couple of special parties there and to fashion shows and just had a super great time.
We interviewed all the players too. So
yep. Lee Steinberg. We were invited a special guest to Lee Steinberg's both parties, and we got to interview the number 1 draft picks. So back to what we were talking about, recapping.
Yeah. Well, Lee Steinberg, if you don't know, he's the Jerry Maguire. So those of you who don't know who the sports agent is, He's Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, from that movie, Jerry Maguire. Yep, that Tom Cruise played in.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
So, so you want to communicate to get a new audience. It helps you get a new audience. Communicate with the audience that you already have, and it gives you that Amazon working for you with the SEO, right? For your author page for your book, that you're ongoing with it. It creates a multitude of social media content that you can have for years to come from there. It gives you expertise that you're now known as an expert because you'll be a #1 bestseller, of course, if you work with us, right? And it gives you media attention opportunities. It gives you a reason to reach out to the press. So I'm going to tell real quick the Marilyn Barber story. She was one of our authors, and she wrote the book, Dress Like You Mean Business. So it was about how to dress appropriately. And so it was during the 2016 election. And she commented on one of the local newscasters' Facebook page about what the candidates were wearing. The news broadcaster noticed that she had a book and she was a best-selling author, invited her to come on the news and comment on what the candidates were wearing and how that might influence voters. She did such a great job. They offered her a regular gig during the election. So that's what can happen from a book. We're talking about a book right now, but later when Steve comes on, we'll talk more about podcasting. So those are just, that's my top 6 reasons right there. And there's even more that you'll learn in the book.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do we want to tell a couple more stories or wrap up? What do you think?
Sure. Do you have one that you had off the top of your head?
Yeah. Another story, because of his book was Josh. He has a book called Enthusiastic You. I had to think about it.
Joshua Evans. Yeah,
Joshua Evans.
Enthusiastic You. Yes.
Yeah. So his book is about how to be enthusiastic. And what he did with his book is he actually was a sales guy for a big corporation. He quit his job and he became a full-time speaker and coach and motivator. And so he went around speaking and getting paid to speak. He was even on the Queen Mary speaking. Yeah. And he went on all of these different, actually working for other big corporations and speaking to their group about how to be energetic, and all because he had a book and getting a lot of money to be speaking there.
Let's take that, and with all the change, people out of work, people being laid off, not knowing if they're going to be brought back. So the point of that story right in the beginning, there's several points, but one that I really want to hit home is he started a brand new career. And the first thing he did to start that career was write a book. Yeah. So he said, I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to write this book, publish this book, became a bestseller with it. And that's what launched his career because they looked at him as the expert. And so he took all that information and started his new career, which he's been hugely successful with. So if you're in that position where I don't know what I'm going to do, I've been laid off, I'm not sure what's going to happen next to me, sit down and think about what your skills are, what your superpowers are that you bring to the table that's different. And you may say, well, a lot of people do what I do. Well, a lot of people are realtors. A lot of people are financiers. A lot of people were CFOs of a company. But what you have in your knowledge is different. It may be in a specific industry, your story may relate different to people. I always say it's like a minister. There's tons of Baptist churches out there, but everyone goes to a different one in their community depending on if the pastor speaks to them. So think of that. And then use that book to pivot yourself. We have a new author coming in, John Lester. He's kind of semi-retired and he wants to go into consulting. He's like, I know the way to do this is I need to write a book about what I consult on and be the expert on it. So he's working on his manuscript as we speak right now. And he's going to use that book to launch his new career for the next chapter in his life. So think about that. The best way to transition to a new career is write a book and set yourself apart as an expert or enhance the career that you already have. So that's my big rah.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. And I was just remembering Joshua Evans also got asked to speak at Baylor University as the keynote speaker at one of their mother events, which Melanie actually has a son going to Baylor. And so tell us who normally speaks at those events, Melanie.
Oh my gosh, we have colonels in the Army. We have celebrities that come.
Astronauts.
Multi-millionaire Mattress Mac, who's a multi-millionaire business, 7-figure, 8-figure business that he runs. So it was really amazing. It was actually Straight Jesuit High School, which is a real famous high school here in Houston. Yeah. But yeah, my son goes to Baylor now. So
Right.
Amazing. So buy our book, The Podcast Authorized, for all of these tips that we're telling you about and more. So we really appreciate your support. It's 99 cents for a limited time. So if you want to get a wealth of knowledge, so we say, how do you make yourself better? How do you make it through this time? Gain skills, gain knowledge. What are you doing to educate yourself and gain new skills during this time? So for 99 cents, you're going to gain a bunch of skills, a bunch of knowledge that can help you propel your career. And that's what I said. That's what we're about. We're not about, for our personal books, selling thousands of books. We're about helping you. And that's why we have the book at 99 cents. And we just want you to get the most out of it that you possibly can. And you can always email us questions or any information that you're looking to get more information from us. You can get a lot on our website. But we'd love for you to reach out to us anytime. And remember, get the book, Podcast Authorized. Jen has the link in the comments.
Yes, and the book price will go up, so get it today for the $1, so you don't have to pay the more expensive price for the book.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm going to-
$9.99. So why spend $10 when you can spend $1?
Exactly. Well, and then if you want to support us and get the ebook today, the audiobook and the paperback are coming out as well, but you'll have it, and it'll be a great support for us to have it. So I'm going to play the video now for the book trailer video, and then we'll see you a little bit later with Steve later today.
See ya. Thanks.
Bye.
Buy the book.
See you guys later.
See ya. Have a great rest of the
Bye.
week, and I hope you enjoyed the book. Bye.